Who else badly needs a haircut when this is all over? Because I do. Hi guys, welcome to A Clary Tale and welcome to a new video. I hope you've all been keeping well this week. As you can tell from the title of this video, I did plan to do a day in the life video. I had quite a few requests to show what I get up to in a day or even a weekly vlog, and it didn't quite work out. I had the night before I charged my battery, I was so ready to do it, but there's just so much going on in the world that my heart just wasn't in it. People are losing their jobs, people are ill, people are down. Our government have done some very questionable things this week, and I just felt that a montage of me getting my cereal or something like that just wasn't quite right. So I really hope you understand that. I just didn't want this fluffy video showing all this stuff and not mentioning things, pretending it's not even happening, and mainly I just didn't want to look ignorant of the world that we're living in right now. But I also didn't want to disappoint anyone by not having a video and not showing little bits that we've done in the day. So I did film a few little clips yesterday, which I will insert in this video. So it's kind of going to be a bit like a flashback to highlights day in the life vlog. That's not going to catch on, but you know what I mean. So I filmed our bike ride that Sam and I have been doing. I mentioned last week that we have been doing bike rides almost daily, maybe every other day, and just been loving them. Not just so good for you physically, but just mentally as well. Just being in that fresh air, and it's just been so nice. And for those few moments that you're out on the bike, it's as if none of this stuff is even happening. So I'm really enjoying that, and I did film a little clip. So we do about 16-17k, and there are quite a few country lanes that we go on. I might fast forward the clip, the footage, but we were going really slow. I obviously had my camera and I was very safe. I just want to sort of preempt this next clip with that, because I don't want you to think that I was doing anything dangerous, because I absolutely wasn't. So I'm going to insert here a clip of our bike ride, and hopefully it'll give you a little bit of an insight as to what our little journeys, our little bike rides are like. Hello and welcome to our little bike route. I'm on my bike right now. This road never really gets many cars, so I thought I'd film this little road. Whee! So I love this little road. We always call it the holiday route because whenever we go down this country road, we always talk about holidays and fantasize about trips, and we always get ideas. So yeah, it's called holiday routes. And because it's off the main route, we always say, should we go the holiday route? So I love it. And Simon says there's a place in Cornwall called that as well. There's a road in Cornwall, so that's why we call it that. But yeah, I really like this little road. It's just so quaint. I love living in the countryside. It's such a beautiful day today. It's so sunny. And as you can see, it's just so quiet, this little road. People don't really know that much about it. You get the odd biker. Everyone on the bikes always say hello, and it's so nice. And this is a little river down here, and people fish on it. It's so cute. That was a little insight into our bike rides. I hope you enjoyed that. What have you been doing in this lockdown? Is there anything new, a new hobby, or have you learned anything new? I'd love to hear below in the comments if lockdown has sparked a new interest in something for you. So another clip I'm going to insert here from yesterday was when I called my parents, because last week I received so many lovely questions about my parents, about how they're doing and what they've been up to. So I thought I'd record our little catch-up FaceTime yesterday so that you can see how they are and what they've been doing. So I'll put that here.
Oh, hi, love.
Hello.
Oh. We're both here now. So.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Claire.
You okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We haven't caught anything, thank heavens.
Good. What are you up to?
We've been doing all sorts of things. We've been staying in. We've shopping. Isolated. Yeah, we go shopping once a week. So we're abiding by all the rules.
Good.
Of the lockdown. But also we've been doing all sorts of work in the garden.
Sunbathing mostly.
You won't be sunbathing.
Got a great suntan.
Browner than in Orlando, Mum.
Yeah, I feel brown.
We've already missed one holiday in Orlando.
And we should be on holiday this week as well.
But I've done all sorts of jobs that I don't normally do, like painting the fence and painting the garage door. Also, the garden's looking really nice at present. So
Let's have a look.
I'll tell you what, I just walk through.
Keeping busy.
I finished the painting.
Oh, let's see. Let's show everyone. Oh, it's a bit.
It's you can see the reflection. But anyway, can you recognise what it is? Can you
Look.
see? It's the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
Looks good, Dad. Yeah, I bet it'll look even better in person. I can't quite.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can you go a bit closer? I can't quite focus on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
The reflection.
the reflection. Oh, looks so good.
Obviously, it's not on a hill, but that's where I decided to put my And then you got the old 1930s car driving up towards.
Wow, looks so good, Dad.
Yeah, so that's one that I've finished. And the other one, but I'd already started actually. This is Kendal in the Lake District.
Oh, cool. That looks good. I've not seen that yet.
Yeah. That took a couple of months, love.
Did it?
Oh yeah, God.
Is Cafe Nero like behind there?
Yes, yeah, that's right, yeah. And here's your mum's work of art.
What is that?
And Jalen Ray did this for your mum.
Oh.
That's his contribution.
What is it though?
Your mum's, he walks around actually.
What is it?
Oh, they're going to be different.
No, what is it though?
It's just a little thing you put together, you know. Jalen Ray must have felt that your mum should be doing something. See, I've done all the fencing.
Oh.
You like the Easter Island?
Yeah. Oh, so is it darker, that fence?
Yeah, it's much darker.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It used to be quite light. Looks good, Dan.
Yeah. So
that's what you've been all up to.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah, I did a painting of the giant causeway. That's it.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, well, first time I've tried waves, so it was a bit experimental, but yeah, I was quite pleased with that. So those are the three. But you see, that only took me a couple of days.
Yeah.
Whereas I was months on the Kendall, and that's the one, I don't know if you can see it, that is Chicago by Night.
Oh yeah, the one you put in the competition.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, look at that. The suitcase has been out since April, when we should have gone to Florida.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Oh, I had to bring Jalen Ray up here. You see, these are my dad's war medals.
Yeah.
He was in Burma, and Jalen Ray's been learning about what VE Day was all about.
Oh yeah.
So I had to do what I'm doing with you now and show him all the different medals.
Aww. Oh yeah, because that was the other day, wasn't it? VE Day.
Yeah, another one of mine.
Your whole house will be in your art exhibit.
Yeah, it will, won't it?
And the ones down the stairs.
Yeah, they're all mine. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what we've been up to, love. Your mum's been reading as well. She's read more books this year than ever.
Have you, Mum? How many books have you read?
I don't know, but I say I've had 3 years when I spent the whole year reading as many as I've read already, and it's only May.
Yeah. Gosh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that barbecue will be on the horizon shortly.
Yeah, we're hoping to have a barbecue soon.
As soon as we're allowed.
As soon as the Prime Minister says we can go get together, we'll have a nice barbecue in the garden.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. Okay.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye. Bye. So as you can see, they're very well, and yeah, I just can't wait to be able to see them go around to the house. They have been collecting, they sort of mentioned it at the end there, but with their weekly shop, they've been adding extra bits so that we can have a barbecue as soon as this is all over. So the moment that our Prime Minister says that we can visit each other's houses, my brother and I and the kids, we're all going to be round there like a shot and have the most lovely family barbecue, and I absolutely can't wait, honestly. Even though this wasn't quite a day in the life vlog, I do hope you enjoyed those clips from yesterday. And today I thought we'd finish this video with a Q&A. I asked on Instagram if anyone had any more questions that maybe I mightn't have answered last week, and you sent in some lovely questions, so let's dive right in. Let's start with the Disney questions. Favourite character besides Dumbo? I think I'm gonna have to say Mickey Mouse for that. Here he is. I know that's really predictable and really obvious, but as everyone says, it all started with a mouse. I do love Winnie the Pooh as well, so I think I have to say Winnie the Pooh. I always feel nostalgia whenever I see Winnie the Pooh. I used to love him as a kid. Favourite Disney song of all time? This has to be Tale as Old as Time. I know, another predictable one. I just love it. It means so much. I walked down the aisle to that song. I love Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. It has to be that one. And as well, I love all the Sherman Brothers songs, so all the Parks songs in particular, just because I'm so lucky that I've been going since I was 2 years old. So whenever I hear a Sherman Brothers song from the park, it just brings back all the nostalgia, all the happy memories of when I was a child with my family. So yeah, it has to be. Has anyone watched that Sherman Brothers? It's called The Boys on Disney Plus. And it's just so heartbreaking, that documentary. I loved it. Actually, this leads quite nicely to this question. Did you ever get to see River Country and Discovery Island? I did. I went there a few times. I'm very, very lucky. I actually do have a video on my channel of River Country and Discovery Island. I think it's in the same video. It's from my 1991 trip, so I was 2 years old and my brother was 10 in it. I'll link it up here so that you can see it if you want to. Obviously it's quite it's an old camera, it's not going to be perfect footage. But yeah, if you want to have a look, you can do. We went to River Country a few times after that as well, so I do remember River Country really well. Does that just make me old now? Does anyone else remember River Country? I wish they did something, because it's actually still there, isn't it? It's just got loads of overgrown trees and shoes in the water now. I think in the video you see my brother on one of the rope swings, and it doesn't look the safest, so I guess maybe that's why they got rid of it. What is your favourite Disney live action? I think I'm gonna say Cinderella. The Cinderella live action is so magical, and it came out on my birthday, and we went to the cinema to see it, and we all just had such a good time. I think that's up there. I need to see that again, actually. The Aladdin live action was really good. I really like how different that was. Lion King live action was really well made, but it was literally a play-by-play of the original, wasn't it? I think the ones that are slightly different are my favourite, just a different sort of take on the original. I like to see a different spin on things, so yeah, I think I'll go Cinderella and Aladdin. What a shame we didn't get to see the Mulan live action. I really hope we get a second chance to see that. Or if it'll just come straight to Disney Plus, I'd be fine with that too. That one looked like it was going to be really different and really good from the trailer anyway. Any more Disney questions? What is your dream spirit jersey? I love this. My dream spirit jersey has actually been released. It's been and gone, unfortunately. It was an Independence Day spirit jersey. So it was red, white and blue. It was stars and stripes. I'll see if I can find a picture on Google, and I'll put it here, because it was such a nice spirit jersey, but I was just too late or too early or something. I just missed getting that one. That would have been one that I would have loved to have had. You know, I love America, so that would have been really cool. The one that's top of my list actually is the Epcot one. They have one now that it doesn't say Walt Disney World on the back in big letters, it has Epcot. I will love that. Epcot's my home park. That would be a dream to have that one. I think they only do it in black, but that's fine. I wear black more here anyway in the UK. You can't really get away with the bright colours over here. There was a point where there was a lot of pink, and I love the colour blue. So any shade of blue on a spirit jersey, I'd like. Sky blue or a teal or a royal blue, navy blue, any blues, all the blues. I had this question a few times. What is your favourite holiday? I think I'm gonna have to go with the obvious one here and say Orlando, just because it's the one we always go back to. It's the one where we're happiest, and it's the one that feels like home. I am so lucky though that I have seen so many places, and I will always want to go to other places as well as Florida, but Florida does have this sort of magnet that makes you want to come back all the time. Have you ever been to Canada? Singing the Epcot Canada song as I ask. Canada. I have. No one needs to hear me sing, sorry about that. I've been to Canada a few times. I've been really lucky. So I went to Niagara Falls twice. I've been to Toronto. My friend from my first program, she was Canadian, and I visited her and we went to Whistler. She showed me around Vancouver. I'm sure we did a third city on that trip. Oh, we did Seattle as well, so that doesn't count obviously for Canada. And she actually lived in a town called I'm gonna look this up. Steveston. I knew it was something to do with Stephen. Steveston is the town that Once Upon a Time is set. It's filmed there. It's called Storybrooke in that show. And they were filming when we were there, and it was amazing. So all the signs were kind of blocked out, so obviously they must add their own. Like the windows were boarded up, and it did just look like a film set, but it was just an ordinary town, so that was really cool to see. So that's where she used to live. And then when I worked on the ship, it actually left from Vancouver each time, so it was a 7-day cruise that I was on, and I did it 14 times up to Alaska, but we started and ended in Vancouver each time, so I got to see Vancouver 14 times, which is cool. I've basically done Canada from both ends, so I'd really like to do more of Canada in the middle. I'd love to go to Calgary, I'd love to go to Banff, I'd like to see the Emerald Lake as well. I've seen so many gorgeous pictures of that. And Nova Scotia, I hear, is amazing. Even the French part of Canada as well. I'd love to go to Montreal, and yeah, there's so many places on my bucket list. Every time I go somewhere new, something else gets added. My travel bucket list will never, it'll be never ending, honestly. I'm just always going to be adding to it. I got quite a lot of country questions. I think it's because I put up some stories about country music this week on my Instagram, so I've had some questions about that. As you know, I love my country music, and it is quite rare for someone from the UK to like country music, but I don't think it is as rare these days, because country music's a bit more poppy these days, and it's a lot more accessible these days as well. So when I was growing up, you couldn't just readily listen to, obviously there's no internet, so you can't just put on YouTube or Spotify, you couldn't just readily listen to country music. And my dad would go to America, or when we all went to America, and he'd go to these music stores. Does anyone remember the Virgin Megastore in downtown Disney? We would spend hours in there, and my dad would be in this huge country music section looking up artists and seeing the albums and seeing if they've brought out any new albums, because we didn't know then if a new album came out, because it was never on the radio, you'd never heard about it. So it would have to be that we went to the place to actually look ourselves, and then my dad would bring all the music home and we would just listen to it non-stop. My dad used to drive quite far to work, and I used to go with him a lot in school holidays. I'd go to work with him every day, and we'd listen to country music everywhere. It used to be so much harder to get hold of. In the UK, people had heard of Dolly, obviously, and Kenny Rogers, but the people that we were listening to, Toby Keith, George Strait, Randy Travis, they're my top favourite three because my dad loves them so much. You couldn't get them anywhere. But yeah, someone asked, how did you get into country music? And the simple answer is my dad. My dad just buying all the CDs, and we'd just listen to it constantly. Who are your favourite country artists? It's quite hard to answer this without splitting it into two. I'd have to split it into classic country and modern country. So classic country, I've already mentioned. My top three artists of all time are Randy Travis, George Strait and Toby Keith. I could name every single word of every single song off every single album of those three, honestly. It would be a dream for me to go and see George Strait live. He was he was meant to play in Vegas in August, and I was so close to buying tickets to go and see him. Modern country, which obviously sounds so different to the classic country, but I still love it. I would say people like Thomas Rhett, Sam Hunt, Old Dominion, Midland. Oh, I love Luke Combs, he's brilliant. I could carry on listing so many country artists, honestly. It's all I listen to, so I know it inside out, as well as Jonas Brothers, obviously. That's the other thing I listen to. Wow, I'm really not cool at all, am I? I do wish country was a bit more popular in this country though, because I would love to work for like a country music radio channel. We just don't get that over here, because it's the one thing I'm just so passionate. It's like Disney as well. Disney and country music, they are my two greatest passions in life, and I feel like I know so much about them both. But unfortunately, someone asked what would my dream job be. It would be something to do with those two, but where I am and where I live, I just can't do anything to do with those. Dream job would definitely be something to do with those two, or something that I'm really passionate about, because I think if you're passionate about something, you will just naturally succeed and enjoy it, and it would just radiate off you. So yeah, that would be my dream. My own business, that's a dream. That would be amazing. Right, I'm gonna end this video on this last question. What do you do to stay so positive? I think I'm just gonna say you've got to hold on hope. Hope that things will get better. Hope that this will be over soon, and hope that there'll be a new normal and that everything will be okay. This is all out of our control, so I think trying not to control it is important, because we can't control it, we can't predict anything. So just having to be patient and hope. Keep in touch with your loved ones, find the happiness in places, like fantasize about your dream trips and keep dreaming, keep thinking about the future and hoping. That's what I would say to keep positive. It's the little steps that make you happy each day, and hopefully all this will be over soon and the end is in sight. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it if you did and subscribe if you haven't already. Next week will definitely be my first ad. It didn't come in time this week, so hopefully the post will arrive and it will be here next week. I might get Simon involved too, so be sure to see that. We'll see you next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!